And we are live. Good afternoon. Welcome. This is special. Excuse me. Let me reset. Welcome to this impromptu podcast. Just Jimmy and I today. At this point, we're just going to do a quick channel update and talk a little bit about the Bills free agency today. Uh, Joining me to my left is James Valiant Taylor, my brother and sidekick. We are going back to old school podcasting between us two. And if Emerson were here, it would be the classic trio of us two. We started uh, JFE podcast 3-4 years ago now.
Yeah, it was originally the Southtown Sports Podcast, if you remember, right?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Hold up, I gotta get the cats.
So I'm gonna mute his mic. So
Hold up 1 second.
yeah, I will mute Mike. Actually, yes, can't interrupt us in the middle of our channel and everything. So anyway, in light of these recent times, crazy times that are going on lately, you already know the situation. It's been well documented, reported, and probably will continue to be documented and updated. Uh, I'm not commenting on it. I'm not going to comment on it. Got to do what we got to do as human beings, and just deal with this in the appropriate manner that it is. I wish Cerny and Quigley were joining this. We were discussing about doing one. Cerny and I were trying to discuss with doing one. I made the suggestion to do it in separate locations. That might take place at another date. Do not know a time frame yet. Got to get through this early phase of everything. Don't know what's going to happen at this point. When we do another podcast with Cerny and Quig, we will let you know on our Facebook page at S.I.M Sports Podcast WNY. I'll have to recheck that because I'm forgetting my own page.
That's pretty. That's hard to do.
And I get a new notification from Cerny. He's probably not happy with me that I did include him. I don't even have his email. Let's see where this is going while we're at it. If he wants to join in, send me your email and we'll just go with it.
Wait a minute. How in the world does he know that we're on?
Because I posted on Facebook, our Facebook page.
Oh,
That's good.
wait a minute. Wait a minute. Why are you?
Because I felt like we're doing an impromptu podcast. It's not like we were doing. No, I love Cerny. He's probably mad. I don't know. Ouch. Yes. Sorry.
We're getting burned on live podcast. You're getting burned on live podcast from Cerny. Oh man, that's not good. Is my mic on?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, thank goodness. Trying to keep the mood light at these difficult times is the best thing we can do.
If Cerny, you want to jump on by all means. This is so impromptu that it's going to be a little bit scattered. We'll try to make it as entertaining as possible. I want to thank the viewers for watching the past two podcasts. The first one got 81 views. Second one got 25, which is a complete drop off from the first one. But I think I took people off.
Yeah, they really run away with the stats file here. It's like, who needs stats? No, but
nobody was in the stats. I guess we're more an entertainment show than an actual sports show. I like to keep it sports related. Uh, so with that being said, uh, when we get the group back together, we're going to do a full recap of the free agency so far, and I think we're going to cover a few more things on different subjects. I don't care if it's NASCAR, I don't care if it's rugby, I don't care if it's hockey or football. We're just going to get to it and go from there.
Well,
But
I was just going to say, kind of right now, as we all know, the whole sports world is shut down with the COVID-19 virus, and a lot of
I was
events.
trying to avoid COVID-19 podcast. I was trying to avoid the topic. You must have not heard me.
No, I did not, but
I told the fans that we were not talking about it. They already know about it.
no, I know, but um, it has been a major talking point for weeks now. Um, but I just want to tell the people to, as I said 100,000 times, stay safe, stay home. Make sure you wash your hands. This is my public service announcement for the show. Um, you know, I want to stress that completely. Um, as Fred said, hopefully, as once this passes, we don't know when, and hopefully soon, but hopefully soon, we will have our next podcast, as you know. But in this, we're respecting the boundaries of social distancing, as we
I
all
had enough of the term social distancing. We're just everybody just keep their space for a while. That's all I'm gonna call it. Keep your space, keep your distance.
absolutely, Fred.
Because really, that's all it is.
Well, and
So
use common
Tom Brady walked on social distancing from Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft. He decided to leave for Tampa Bay. That's what you call social distancing.
yeah, you brought. Um, Honestly, not surprised that I agree with Lee Winkler. I think you, you I obviously Lee. This has been sort of talked about for months. That him leaving the Patriots. Yeah, it's 20 years, a long time for one between quarterback and coach here. Um, it, it, from what I understand is that Brady did not want to leave, but Belichick wanted to leave in summer. It kind of been. I think ever since the Garoppolo situation, where originally they were going to, they traded Garoppolo there to San Francisco. It's
This is kind of where it started a couple years back. That there were seeds planted. Now, granted, I thought it would be during that time that Ty Brady may leave, but I think he won one more Super Bowl after that, one or two more Super Bowls after that. And have you seen the Seth Wickersham article?
I've heard about it. Honestly, if I'm Tom Brady, I want to, the 20 years of being the Patriots way. We all talk about the Patriot way about sacrificing, and but
You're talking about money wise and culture wise and taking
the
cuts
culture
and
there about.
supposedly not having fun, not embracing it. I think Tom Brady was looking for respect and some appreciation. I, that's
Well,
what.
can you blame him? I mean, let's just be honest. Can you really blame him, after what he's done for the organization?
Amid all the
Here's the
scandals,
debate. I'm so,
amid all the scandals too in New England during his championship runs, that with the Flakegate, Spygate, the thing this past year with the was it the Bengals or the Browns that had it with Crack Productions, which doesn't get talked about in all this. Uh,
well, let's just be honest. He's they've been through. This debate of who's better, Brady or Belichick. Um, that's been what's been conjured up from the last, and now I think we're gonna finally get a chance to see. Um, do you really have a? I think Tom Brady, you know, deep down wants to show Belichick.
Just an update.
He was
I,
the guy behind the Brady Belichick Jr. And I think conversely, Belichick's you know saying that it's him.
can I interrupt
I
your thought? This is from 5 minutes ago. Uh, Sabres and Bills owner Kim Pagula pledged 1.2 million for Buffalo area for relief efforts. That was 5 minutes ago. But go ahead.
yeah. So
We'll
back
get
to, we'll get more into that a little bit there. Um, obviously you want to want to pray for those affected by this tragic disease. But going back, you talked apparently from what the report says that Belichick wanted to move on from Brady several years ago. So this is not something that's new. I mean, this has been developing for quite some time. And I think Tom Brady wants to have more fun. Fun. That's what it appears like to me is that he's tired of the strategic routine of Belichick. It's kind of like you get used to you go retired so much of this culture. He's been upholding the Patriot way for the last 20 years. But the last few years of him, you can sense that he's kind of. I've had enough. I don't want to. I'm tired of being the guy upholding this culture. I'm tired of you know not being appreciated for what I've done. Now, the Brady, the Belichick very successful. The Belichick, this he's Belichick's been guys train guys a year ahead of when they should bring bring players, and they've been successful. Um, I I don't blame Tom Brady for not for wanting to have fun to enjoy the rest because obviously he might only have 2 or 3 more years left in his career, but he wants to enjoy the last 2 or 3 years. You know, years of football. Because let's just be honest, he's going to be 45 at the end of the contract that he just signed here. And honestly, we don't know if he's still going to, who's going to be better. I don't think. Now, last year, he played a sorry. He played with an offense that with a bunch of people that were still running the team. And we're noting. Now, Dan was supposed to have been another round until the fiasco with him. I mean,
Tom Brady obviously had no weapons to rely on last year.
that's my point.
Other than if you consider the running back that they drafted about a year last year, uh, there was not much left in New England. A lot of their players are older.
Well, yeah, but again,
Gostkowski got released. Gostkowski got released this past week. I'm trying to remember who signed in Miami. That was a New England Patriot. It's not Damian Amendola because he's with Detroit. It's let me pull it up. So if I
what? Yeah, I'll let you pull that up. But going back, I mean, as far as who's gonna, it's this Brady Belichick. I'm gonna say who's got more success. I'm gonna take Brady.
Oh, Kyle Van Noy. Kyle Van Noy, they signed Byron Jones. Kyle Van Noy was the Patriot that signed there. Um, they also signed Shaq Lawson. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna miss him.
but look what they got. That they
I'm not hating on
their
him,
free
but I'm not.
agency, their free agency. They haven't really got much this year. And quite frankly, I don't see how this year the Patriots are going to make the playoffs. I really don't.
They signed Brian Hoyer, but I'm wondering, even with even with Jared Stidham, I wonder if they might gamble and sign Cam Newton since he was released by the Panthers.
I don't know. Again, I really don't know what we can do. I mean, this could change the next season. I just don't see him. You know, they got Jared quarterback Patrick years last year. I mean, you know, if they don't get like a Cam Newton guy, then who are they doing now? Brian Hoyer, Jared Stidham. I just don't see them making the playoffs. I just need to be respectful. Um, the short-term answer, I think, as far as who's going to be settled, short-term is going to be top rated top year.
And here go the comments on Twitter about the boycott center in 3-2-1, and then they're paying for their employees and selling the team. I'm not going to get to it at this point.
What are we? What's that?
I know we're talking about the New England Patriots for a moment. I'm just reading on the Twitter.
What were you reading on Twitter?
Well, I just touched about a few minutes about the aid. But
Okay, that's yeah. Okay, I'm sorry, but I would see short. You got O.J. Howard, you have Bruce Arians, who's a really good coach. I think their defense was stellar the second half of last year. I mean, I believe that Tampa Bay, Carolina. Look at yourself. You still got Drew Brees with the Saints, but I don't see Carolina being a factor. They got great team. I don't see Atlanta in the conversation. So it's good. I think the Buccaneers have a good chance of getting the playoffs here. Better than I do think New England's these. Look at what we did adding CP's Simon Diggs from Minnesota. Big acquisition we'll get to eventually. You got Dawson Knox returning. You got just Singletary. The defense, some key pieces on there. I look at this our Bills team the favorite for NFC, which we have in forever.
It's a wide open division. Now I will say,
well, that's what they're saying. Again, this is like a new one, so we'll talk about it in a minute. But back to the Patriots, I just don't see them being in the playoffs. I really don't. I mean, we can be proven one. Belichick's going to take no players.
It's not going to be a lock, though. It's still not going to be a lock because of the fact you have the Dolphins. Sam Darnold might probably will take another leap forward this year. Hopefully, the team will be a little bit more gelled. Miami still might be tougher again with new coach. What is it? Well, no new coaching in Miami, but Ryan Fitzpatrick, the great unknown.
Well, but they're going to be. I think they're going to be like in contention. I just don't see him being a. I would say it's probably better than they were last year, but I don't see him getting the playoffs. The New York Giants, don't get me started. Dude, Jackson,
what a crazy
would be a wild card type. I would think probably would kind of be the singer of Miami.
What a crazy situation for Josh Rosen. Like being dumped by Arizona Cardinals after 1 year, and then him being signed by Miami last year.
I don't know.
How do you pronounce his name?
Tagovailoa. Tagovailoa.
Yeah, you've been talking your ear off and not letting me finish one darn thing.
That's not our show, man. It's our show.
This is why I do this to you when we're quickly, because you always interrupt me, start to say, and you wonder why I can't.
You gotta keep some semblance around here.
Uh, so anyway, so I got a little bit off on the tangent here with Josh Rosen. I mean, he's been knocked out of relevancy to irrelevancy. Oh, that 2018 quarterback conversation. Uh, just to touch the signings on the defense side, Mario Edison, defensive end, out there on spot checker, listed as outside linebacker. Uh, AJ Klein, uh, former Saints player, special teamers. Mario Edison for our Carolina Panther. Vernon Butler, I think, was he Carolina Panther? Yes, he was. Quentin Jefferson on the defense side of the ball from Seattle. Uh, Tyler Matovich,
Josh Norman from the Washington Redskins, 1 year
yeah,
deal.
you former Carolina Panther. Um, inside linebacker, sneakers is driving Jimmy crazy. Uh,
I just gave.
they re-signed Isaiah McKenzie. They signed Tyron Jones from Houston.
Snake guard. That's
Oh Lord, I'm gonna have to mute him mic again. God bless Jimbo. So honestly, the cat's driving him nuts. Uh, Ladian Rado was on injured reserve last year. Hopefully, he'll be a factor. Do not know Frank Gore is coming back. I know Lorenzo Alexander retired. So, I mean, it's interesting. So, that Stephon Diggs trade was it is a key factor for bolstering the offensive weapons for Josh Allen. Is do not know what they may do in the draft now since they've kind of shore up their defense and traded a first round pick and then a couple other picks between this year and the following year's draft. Uh, I gotta say, yeah, I muted your mic, so yeah, Jimmy's talking, and so getting him to unmute his mic.
okay.
So
I'm officially back.
you like instructor here. So my whole point is this: it is going to be wide open. I think the Bills will be a decent favorite. Hmm,
Yeah, but I think a lot of it has to do with Josh Allen.
yes, I was going to allude.
If he can, especially if he can get the complete the default, get the default straightened out. Watch out. This offense could be something special that we haven't seen in a long time. There, and you got a running game to complement that.
Now, last year he struggled with his deep ball accuracy, which when he's kind of college wasn't the case. Uh, hopefully he can return his deep ball form and get back to it while maintaining what he's grown and built upon over the past 2 years. We need to see that continued progression to be and become a basic complete player, so that you're not wondering about trying to find a quarterback in next year's draft.
Well, yeah, this is a big season. It's a big season for Josh here because I think because we saw it towards in the Houston playoff game, some flashes of brilliance, and then in the first half, and then the second half, kind of going, throwing a couple of interceptions that second half here. So, I think for him, he's got to cut that interception rate down here. He's got to make more big. Yeah, I think what this is. They're going all in on Josh Allen to show them if he's in the true. You know, this is if this has got to be his big season if he wants to save the organization and get that big payday. For I think I want to see Josh succeed. I really do. He's got potential, but you're right. If he doesn't have that great season like we're expecting, well then they're going to have to think about drafting a quarterback or like Cam Newton, which has been rumored to is one of his top four destinations. So this is crucial.
What's going on for Cam Newton?
No. I was just making a point. nothing.
What were they say about top four destinations with Cam Newton? Or
Well, I think it was Las Vegas, New England. I think Buffalo's one of them, and not Pittsburgh. No, not Pittsburgh. Hold on 1 second. Mute my mic. Get down. Stop. Enough.
did you give him moist food?
Yeah, I did.
He probably wants dry food.
I did. It's gonna be a real. All
I
right.
guess we like doing another impromptu podcast later on this evening. Later, another podcast because I think Emerson said he would jump on later.
Oh, all right. We're having people lined up for the podcast.
Yeah.
Another already. We gotta get his thoughts on Brady, New England.
And what I was going to say was that we might be jumping onto another session later if I can, because I think he's helping his mom. But we'll just get his thoughts. But probably later on this evening. Don't hold me to that, but I'm gonna just leave well enough alone. Um, as we are composing our thoughts for a few moments, uh, I'm looking at I'm just messing down everything quickly. Uh,
He really wants.
so, uh, I think the Bills, just to recap, have screwed up the defense and helped out the offense a little bit. But going into the draft, do you think the Bills will draft like a tackle or running back in the second round, or possibly a wide receiver in the
I
second
think they'll
round?
probably draft a wide receiver like in the third or fourth round, but probably I think probably a complimentary receiver for someone to help down the road here. At this point, but tackle would definitely like a tackle or as well. Well, but I think the trade for a wide receiver, which you give us so much, this really kind of changes your draft because originally what I thought originally with the draft, I thought it was going to be more.
I think a lot of people were uh, expecting the Bills to take a
Wide receiver first,
wide receiver or like an edge at this point. So now, I mean, I'm not sure how this is going to be. Not sure how this is going to go on the draft side. Um, I think they'll probably still need a tackle or edge rusher, and I think you're going to pick best player available at this point.
I agree.
Whoever's on the board, because at this point now you kind of are going all in with Josh Allen and capitalizing on those third and fourth years for his contract, and you kind of just got to roll with it, I guess. having all said that, there's not too much um, on the Bills I want to talk about too much more. What do you think of the NASCAR Race Invitational Pro race at Homestead this past Sunday?
Honestly, that was probably some of the best race. That was some of the best racing I saw all week. No, but it's great that that's her driver or the day organizes. It's gonna be all streamed on Fox. On Fox, I thought Dale Jr. and Dana put on a great show for the fans. I think this is gonna give fans something to look forward to for the time being until we're racing back. Um, but just be thankful that just be thankful that these drivers are putting on a show for the fans, even
Mm-hmm.
as in the virtual world. It's still I think that the Pro Series is going to be a great platform for iRacing to expand their 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 not as their of what this network can provide. I think along with Fox, I think this they're all doing this for love of the sport. I mean, sport. I think obviously in these uncertain times, I think just having that competition back, of these drivers, some of the best drivers in NASCAR, from Cup, Xfinity, and Truck. I mean, which you normally don't see, which you normally don't see. See, this really was truly spectacular, but I hope we get to see more of it. I can't wait for virtual times. Well, I'm, I can't wait for we interested to see what's going on, but I can't wait. Let's just be honest. Sorry for that.
Yeah. Elliot Freeman released his 31 thoughts today. Um, and then number 8, he talks about Jack Eichel. Uh, and he talked to Jack Eichel. Um, I'm assuming on a like on a phone call. Um, in this 31 thought, because this was released earlier today, he, he talked about unquote not liking people kissing his ass in rookie season, and he talks about his dad to have Jack tell it like it is. Um, he says his dad's been his toughest critic. Um, he talks about um, how in this year how his dad gave him a compliment about how proud of a player he had become, becoming a complete center. He still wants to score more. And he also talks about Ralph Kruger, his relationship with Ralph Kruger specifically in the thoughts. So I'll start with you, or I'll start with me, said you, because throughout the year, in some ways, we might question Jack's Michael's relationship with Coach Kruger as the year kind of fell off, like it has in some years. Maybe not as drastically as like last few seasons, but it fell off. It fell off so that we were 10 plus points out of playoff contention. And from what I read and it seems like that relationship is very strong. So it leads me to believe that that Kruger will not be replaced after season's end. If when or if the season resumes and how everything gets worked out with this ongoing situation, um, I don't see it happening. Um,
No, I don't either, to be honest with you.
I
After
see it more like it being Botterill being gone as a few as me defending Botterill a couple times within the past couple months. I think the last podcast I did, I said I was done defending Botterill.
yeah, I think
No, maybe no, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I didn't say that. I'm saying now after that podcast, I'm kind of done defending Botterill. He's made some good decisions, but I think he's made some not so good decisions that have barely hurt this team at this point. Uh,
but I don't think you totally blame
it's
him.
not totally his fault, but at the same time, you know, for the current state of Sabres, it is on him
But
that
this is really goes back to the organization itself. I truly believe
I agree. I agree. This goes back to 9 years of having between the end of Lenny Russ tenure during the Murray era and now this. And then you have between Ron Rolston, well, after Lenny Russ, Ron Rolston, Ted Nolan, Dan Bosma, and Phil Hauser, up to Cooper. Uh, I've talked about this in the past before. Uh, on this whole situation, there has not been a lack of continuity as far as coaching management. On the flip side, there's been a lot of the same players that have been here for the past 5 years that I think need to change the three. Uh,
well that's the
we still have a lack of depth scoring.
well that's been the
Um,
problem. Now of course the Kunak trade I like. He's up until the stoppage. He's had four. You he had how many points in how many games with the team? But you're right. The depth score has been the biggest issue. Mainly, mainly when you're not having that second line win or center to now. Will Cusman,
we did have that in Ryan O'Reilly, but unfortunately, uh,
no, I'm saying after Ryan, you had no second line center to speak of. I
and I
mean,
think Casey Mills was supposed to be that, but I think we kind of rushed him a little bit too, or he just lost his confidence. So
but that's the thing, though. But you're right. Pushing players too early has been a big problem. I think at this point, there has. It seems like there is, a mixed direction here. In other words, I like how they brought in Wayne Sims to attempt to try to add some grit into the lineup. Because quite frankly, there there has been a lack of grit and tenacity on this. There was a lack of grit and tenacity on this roster. For quite, except for Ristolainen. That's the only one. Other than that, what other player on the team had that sort of grit? Nobody. Let's just be honest. Nobody. I mean, nobody on this team has any skill, but it's not. There's no real. It's all the same type of player as the Craig Rivera. I mean, it just time and time out. Now they did have a great start with the 8-1-1 record earlier this season, and that's going back to October, which seems like many moons ago, a lifetime ago. Seems like this season, but Todd Certain, then they've cooled off. I mean, there's just been times where you've been questioning, you know, defense, the same mistakes over and over again by you by the same players. I mean, as you said, the lack of depth scoring again, except with the exception of Marcus Smith when healthy. Now again, the injuries and again the injuries Boca, you know, I'm glad that they got rid of two. I know the contracts want to leave. Everyone brings, really has produced. But again, Jeff Squared has not produced. The only Jeff Skinner, who was a 40 goal scorer last year, has only had like 14 goals. Almost, it's less than half of that. I mean, again, he has that in all fairness. But my goodness, this is in the 50th season. It has been woefully underachieved. This is woefully underachieved. For the last. No, I'm not blaming that for. It's beyond the. Do you think Jack Eichel's going to stay for another year after this? If things don't turn around?
That's a good question. I want to say probably not, but then again, all depends on they keep Ralph Kruger. I think they will, or if they again,
No, great. I'm not blaming necessarily Ralph Kruger. Now, you guys are starting to see.
I just said I wasn't blaming Ralph Kruger because
No, I'm just saying.
Coaches to say coaching is not the problem. There's just certain things that we need on this team between more scoring and
Your
different players.
also your younger players developing, like Victor Olsen. Victor Olsen, best case scenario here, but we need more of that. Tay Johnson he unfortunately got injured. Casey was doing great in Rochester. But again, I think this offseason, whenever the offseason is going to be, I heard that yesterday they had a call about possibly having into August. So the regular season is probably going to be delayed until like at least in November. You're talking about next season. I'm talking about next season, obviously, but this is which is something we not, which obviously we haven't seen. But to be honest, there now free agents contract New Year's July 1st. I'm probably sure depend. It's going to be that too, but there's going to be a whole heck of a lot of changes. That should have happened last year, quite frankly, last offseason, quite frankly. I think quite frankly, we have so many positions that need questions. You trade some key people. I mean, I had a list in my head who is not going to be on the team, but I'll say that for another day when we all get together.
Mm-hmm.
But quite frankly, this roster, there's no question about it. We can't have the same old mediocrity team anymore and expect to make the playoffs like that. Expect to make the playoffs. I mean, it's unacceptable.
Mm-hmm.
But again, we'll talk more about that in a future podcast down the road. But I mean, I'm happy that there's a relationship. Is quite strong. I think that's good. One positive that moving forward to having that coach-player relationship is crucial. But
I agree concurrently with that because that seemed like a problem for a long time since Jack has been here. I think Kruger's got Jack and Sam to buy in, and that's the key. So
I don't think it's not players buying in, but I think it's not. I'm not questioning the work ethic. I'm just saying, what they haven't been producing. So, and again, will Jason Mark get fired this offseason? Whatever the offseason is, I don't know. I'm not quite sure. He may keep on for more years, but if they stay the same, but again, you know, if he does get fired, my dream scenario, you know, would be Drury as a hockey out, Breer as GM. Wouldn't that be something?
I don't think that's gonna happen because I think Drury got re-upped in New York with the
Okay, so that
Rangers, so that ain't happening definitely.
so
Uh,
Breer as GM, maybe bring back Pat LaFontaine. We all know Pat LaFontaine. There's some heart, but I think breaking out. But Jay Breer epitomized were the two guys who epitomized from a decade ago.
I'm
Um,
actually happy they're showing Sabres Classics uh, on MSG on YouTube. It's kind of curing my fix for hockey, but also it's a healthy way to see what we we as a community could be, or I'm not. I'm very appreciative. It shows me what the Sabres organization really does need. Um,
I
I'm
don't
using a
just
lot of mouth today.
I don't disagree with you there. Um,
See how hard it is to do a two-man podcast without material. Uh, I got to take a little bit of make a little joke out of this because we planned for nothing today. I didn't have a set list. I had nothing.
well, sometimes it's a little bit more original that way when you don't have a set list and you can just kind of be a little
I,
more free.
yeah, but I miss the guys to kind of interject a little bit. You know,
Who advised you?
I'm your advisor.
Jack the little humor there. Here. And they're doing it was middle of that 10-game win streak back when the President's Trophy. So they're
That's
doing
good.
that tonight. I think Andrew Peters is the main host. He is here. Is on taking over the Sears chat tonight. So it'll be interesting. The one game I want.
I drove up a Subaru at Superior, and I was
You know what?
invited next
The one
to
game I want to see the Class game one bring back the Game 6 East Star 4 by that was the one moment that sticks out in my mind where Eddie Ortiz moment is well, there's critic out, but Padres always
That's,
going down.
that's what made you and me Sabres fans. That 05, 06, and 06, 07 team with
I agree.
Afenaganoff, Briere, Drury, Hash, Roy, Connolly, Carla, Stafford. List goes on and on and on. Uh,
I mean, that was Ryan Miller too. Obviously, with
oh yeah, Miller, definitely Ryan Miller.
Miller. But I and actually the other one, the other Ottawa game was Sarah's brawl with Lillian and that. And probably in our class game was the flight 2008 flight game. Obviously,
Yeah.
that one was another.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like some of the class games where they did the backhand by hand goal. Of course, the TV broadcast.
They,
He,
they did the
Bladder.
final night the odd last night. That was interesting.
Oh yeah, from the odd.
Ironically, they're against their rivals at the time, the Hartford Whalers. At least one of their rivals. Uh, the other be the Boston Bruins.
And
And I think later on in the 90s was what was it? Philadelphia. Not.
Philadelphia was went back to Toronto. But Toronto rival Toronto anyway. So yeah, but I just honestly it's kind of. But I also like to see some of the older games, like some of the older games from like the early '80s and '70s too. I don't know what else they have on. You know, I don't know what else they have on Super Class games. I would like to see some more of some of the older classics from the '70s and '80s, practically. Show some of our younger viewers about history. This is the 50th anniversary. I would like to see a little bit. Yes, again, there's classics found getting the strictly Wednesday night. Okay, and then what what else? I'm trying to figure out what else or classic games. This is not just. I want to see a few of the classic games. Samson signed 3 years. The remember the odd. Remember, the, but let's just be. But I want to see some more of those old school games from the 70s and 80s on
Hmm.
the classic games. I want I've now seen the classic more of the 70s and 80s games. We weren't born for that, so I would like to see some these older games where there are past arcade. No pun intended.
Hmm. Hmm. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up for now. Uh, Thank you again for doing this
Thank you,
impromptu
Fred.
pod.
Thank you.
I will announce on the S.I.M podcast page briefly if we are me, Jimmy and Erson do another quick little podcast later on this evening. We'll let you know. If not, then I'll keep you guys informed on when we do the next podcast between the four guys and everything. So, talk to you guys soon, and we'll see you soon. Be safe. Take care.
Same here.